Dating apps have transformed the way we find love in the modern world.
That's a really ugly penis, I don't know why. Oh my lord.
I purely matched this girl. She's got great tits.
All you need is a mobile phone and eager fingers.
PE teacher. Oh, that's all right.
Oh, I like the stubble.
Do you?
Yeah, I like a bit of stubble.
The love of your life could be just a thumb swipe away.
I am looking for that special woman.
But it's not just people looking for love. It's also a world where casual sex...
It is the shag button, is what me and all of my friends call it.
...and every kink are catered for. The landscape of love has changed forever. Gone are the old-fashioned rules of dating.
Yeah, I find a picture of like a man stark naked who I don't know a little bit too much sometimes.
And in their place, a whole new set have emerged.
Oh my God, it's a match! Send message.
But what does it mean for relationships when the next conquest is only a phone tap away?
It's like putting a kid in a sweet shop and just thinking, wow.
And what happens when it all goes horribly, horribly wrong?
It looked like he was capable of killing someone that night.
For most people, Tinder is a filth app.
I'd strip you completely naked, blindfold you, and tie one arm to each corner of my bedpost.
A man messaged me, he was about 35, out of the blue, didn't even say hello, just saying, "It's lucky you wear glasses, so my jizz won't get in your eyes."
You're so beautiful, I'd hide every chair in the world, so you'd have to sit on my face.
And then turn you around and slide my dick in your mouth, holding it there to stop you moaning while I play with your pussy. As I do that, I pull your legs back, and then it just goes on, page after page.
As I said, you are only as good as your worst Tinder picture. Good night, love. Ooh, actually. Oh. Oh, yeah, actually. It all depends what you like. Her, for example, get out of my sight.
All over the world.
Yay, a guy with a tiger. What is the thing with the tiger?
Everybody's at it.
Oh, I like this one. She's good. Good teeth.
Once upon a time, online dating was all about the carefully curated profile.
Oh wow, and a penis. Look at his knobbly knees. And oh no.
But in the age of the ever-present smartphone, personality and mutual interests are out of the window. It's now all about proximity and pouty selfies.
About that one, like the old balaclava in the shadow of a beard. Beards are in fashion.
I did in the end take a selfie, which then became my stock. Okay, here's a picture for you. And it basically was just a full-length picture of me in Marks & Spencer underwear.
With just looks to go on, the profile pic is everything.
Most of my pictures are Instagram to the max, and I look quite orange.
Like, he does look a little bit orange and white teeth there, but I reckon that's a stronger profile shot than that one.
But is that giving a false image of yourself?
Yes, which is what internet dating is about. Right. Oh my God, I've got a new match. I've got a new match. That's rare.
The most popular app on the market, Tinder, has over 50 million users worldwide. And in a car park in Essex, England, one of them is browsing for ladies.
Yeah, she's a nice-looking lady. Now that is a great look.
When his marriage ended after just 20 months, 42-year-old John re-entered the dating scene.
I just want to find that one. She's got to be out there. She's got to be out somewhere.
And the advent of the app has opened up a whole world of possibility.
She's 37 and she lives 150 kilometres away.
Would
right?
you travel that
And she was last on here.
Of course you would.
Well, you know.
Would you travel that today? If she likes you back and said, come up now, would you go?
Yeah.
He's signed up to Tinder, Plenty of Fish, and is a recent convert to the app Lavoo's unique location service.
So this has got a live radar, right? So you can. So as you can see here, look, you can put that radar up to.
That's unbelievable.
So if I want people within 30 miles. Anyone who's got a green dot next to them, right, hit the bottom here, they're online now.
So go on, try and see if they chat to us now.
Let's try and find someone. Let's try and find someone.
Show us your magic.
I do have a standard message that I copy and paste. Template.
Go on, send us your template.
Good evening to you, Miss M. I have to say that it's not often that I get stopped in my tracks whilst looking through here, but I have to say that it's just so happened as your picture has just popped up. Now you don't look like a whole goddamn load of trouble at all, do you, Mrs. with those massive eyes and that great big smile? Christ almighty.
Oh my God.
Send.
How many of them do you send a day?
Yeah. Depends if I'm busy at work, but if not,
If I'm not there, you're not
dozen.
What's your record for the most in a week?
What, women I've slept with?
Yeah.
9.
And John's standard message isn't the only thing lurking within the privacy of his phone.
Get the vault out.
Show the vault.
You've got to be careful of the vault. You've got to be careful of the vault.
So obviously it opens up the vault. And in there is all photos of all different women.
And contact.
690 photos here.
You know what you are, you're a fine specimen.
Legend.
Legend, yeah, that's the best thing. 690 pictures in the vault.
Yes.
But you've got a lot worse since dating websites coming on. I would say you've got worse than you've ever been. In the last 5 years, definitely been worse than you've ever been. They said Tiger Woods had a problem. So if Tiger Woods has got a problem, my mate John has got a problem.
But will any of the women trapped in John's vault fall for his standard message? And is he ready to give up his bachelor days?
Hi Callie, so I should be straight up with you here. I have a partner, awesome, not single, but I'm on here with her and we figured Tinder might be a cool place to find other people to have some fun with.
Okay, he's saying it how it is, so that's interesting, yeah. I would say about this one that he's probably married and misbehaving, but that's just an assumption. I don't know where I got that from.
But if you would want to chat more, you don't want to chat, do you? You've got a partner to chat with, then that could work out to be fun at some point. No pressure or anything like that. Well, you know, that's courteous, thank you. Hope you're having a good week.
Not really into sleaze, whatever that might be.
In East London, England, Pete and his partner Mirza are doing some online shopping. Of sorts.
Well, Recon is a social media app for gay men who are into kink and fetish. And there's other things. You can search for men who are into punks and skinheads, men who are into foot worship, for instance. There's actually a subsection for fighting as well, for guys who are into roughhousing, wrestling.
38-year-old Pete is a keen leather fan, but more recently, he's discovered a new kink.
One of my biggest fetishes is actually human animal role play, puppy play. It's very, very specialized, even within the gay world of kink and fetish. So finding someone who gets it and who enjoys it and who's into it and understands it, that's really important. And that's really quite special. I think without the app, I probably could not do this at all. In terms of going up to someone in the street and saying, hey, I'd like to dress up as a dog and play with you, and could you feed me treats, please, is unlikely to produce much of a result. Then the encounter would probably start with simple puppy games. And the common one, of course, is fetch. Occasionally things like roll over, belly rubs. I love getting treats. My usual treat is a little chocolate button. So if I perform well, if I've behaved, I get a couple of chocolate buttons, which of course are eaten directly out of his hand. That's nice.
Pete's puppy love is not shared by his partner of 16 years.
Hey boy.
But Mirza has agreed to let Pete go sniffing around outside the relationship on the app Recon.
Things might get messy, and if things get messy as a couple, what will you do?
One's just sprung to mind. I had a date from Plenty of Fish, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I am going to. This girl, how can I put it? She was aroused by the act of a man reversing a car.
People are kind of weird out there, I think. I've met a few of them.
And she was like, oh my God. And I was like, you all right? And she went, I don't know how to tell you this, but I really get excited when a bloke puts his arm behind the headrest and they reverse.
We do get quite a lot of weird, bizarre requests. I think it's quite novel, like, 'cause we've never seen identical twins on, like, any dating app or anything like that.
And then she started saying, reverse for me. Reverse for me, Chris. Reverse, reverse. I was going around the block like a nutter.
I got asked, there's a guy staying in a hotel somewhere in York, big fat old man. He asked me to go over to his hotel room and take Guy with me, and one of us could piss on him while the other one shits on him. No, who would even do that?
I didn't even need the toilet, so...
Yeah.
There is a dating app out there for everyone. J-Swipe for Jewish romantics, Bristler for fans of beards, or Thrinder if you fancy a quick threesome. Tonight in London, 38-year-old kink lover Pete is going on a doggy date organised on gay fetish app Recon.
Well, being a puppy essentially means I can relate to someone else as a person would relate or be related to with a real dog.
He's venturing out alone, leaving his long-term partner Mirza at home.
We decided this quite early on in our relationship that we weren't going to be monogamous, that we were going to see other people.
Does he ever worry about what you might get up to?
Well, that would be something that obviously we'd discuss in advance, and if the possibility exists, I would have had a conversation with him. I would say, okay, well, I'm going to meet such and such a person, and this might happen.
In his search for fellow fetish lovers, Pete used to venture into the kink clubs of London. Now, at the touch of a button, he can hook up with a complete stranger for puppy play and be at their house within minutes.
You're dealing with real feelings. When you become intimate with another person, you know the feelings you bring into it, but you are not sure what the other person's going to bring into it. It has happened. He got involved with someone where the relationship became very close. I knew that he had to go through whatever he needed to go through with this person and then come out the other side ready to come back to be with me. It would be very difficult to imagine a morning of waking up and him not being there.
I want to paint you green and spank you like a disobedient avocado.
I've got a big, fat, huge boner. Wow.
I mean, how disobedient are avocados?
For father of two, John, dating apps have secured over 200 dates.
You know, there's plenty of dates to be had. There's plenty of people to meet. It's just meeting the right people at the right time.
And he claims to have slept with over 100 women since he started swiping.
Do you think that you're a sex addict?
Yes. I do believe that, yeah. Some people can consider it a problem. I look at it as an enjoyment, more than anything. It's a slippery road. It's okay if you're like 20 years of age, but you know, now that I'm now that I'm getting older, I just feel that sometimes it's just something that I need to try and address. But I'm failing at the moment.
And with a date on the cards, is John ready to give up the possibility of sleeping with 9 women a week and his secret vault of nearly 700 women's photos?
Would you delete the vault?
I would delete the vault. I would delete the vault. For the right lady, I would delete everything.
While self-confessed sex addict John is looking to curb his sexual antics, in East London, 23-year-old Jack is embarking on a voyage of sexual liberation with the help of his smartphone.
I always felt quite repressed growing up. I didn't really know any gay people, I'd had very little sex. I felt kind of alone and alienated, and when I got a smartphone when I was at university, it was like both these doors were flying open, and then downloaded Grindr. It was something quite empowering about that and a sense of freedom.
Jack discovered gay hookup app Grindr while studying maths at university soon after coming out.
These apps really do make you think strategically. Grindr forces you down a particular route. So in order to be more successful, I play up my masculinity. I play up my body, my torso. This is my profile picture at the moment. It's very slutty.
With 7 million users worldwide, Grindr has completely revolutionised the gay scene. Why chat a guy up in a club when there could be someone more attractive just 20 feet away? Jack uses Grindr to find chill-outs, after parties where people come with just one thing on their mind.
I hesitate to call them sex parties because that characterises it in the wrong way. You're not necessarily going to have sex, but if you want to have sex, no one there is going to turn around like, what are you doing fucking in the living room? It seems bizarre now to go on a date one-on-one. And to me, it just makes so much more sense. If someone's got a group here, 5, 6 of us, you send your pics and they like you and you go along, and it's much more likely that you'll meet someone you like and you'll have a good time. So to me, that seems like the way forward.
It is just a hotbed of fakery.
I met a girl who, on her picture, she looked like she was 24, and she said she was 24, and I was speaking to her and she seemed quite old.
What stops like a murderer or a rapist like setting up a profile and trying to date people?
Well,
what stops?
Nothing, I suppose.
What stops that?
Nothing.
When I met her, I could see that she was a hell of a lot younger than she was saying, and I asked her, like, how old are you? And then she said 18. So it's gone from 24 to 18. And I was like, no, seriously, how old are you? And she's like, I'm 15. And I went absolutely ballistic. I was like, you cannot do this.
Dating apps may be helping singles find love and lust at the touch of a button, but you never know who's hiding behind the screen at the other end.
Well, we met on OkCupid, and I was quite attracted to him. He was like a good-looking guy. Been messaging for quite a while, and I felt like I was at the point where, like, oh, well, I want to meet this guy now.
Against the advice of most dating apps to always meet in public, 24-year-old single mum Becca invited her match into her home.
I invited him to my house one night for a cuppa, but when he came in my house, it was like I instantly felt like something wasn't right. I'd said, like, oh, well, I'm gonna have to, like say goodbye to you because I need to get up early in the morning. And he wasn't having any of it. It was like he was pushing to stay. Luckily, I'd told my friend Rick that I was meeting someone, so would he ring me to check up on me? So Rick had came round and Rick was like, no, you're not staying, you're not. You're gonna have to get out, come on. And like, he sort of like pushed him out. And I got a text off the guy saying, I'm gonna come back because I'm just parked at the end of your street, I'm not going anywhere. He wanted to stay with me
He wanted to wake up with me in his arms. And the texts kept coming. I'd went to the toilet and I came back down, I had 32 messages. And it was like really scary, like I felt like, wow, like this person, I don't know anything about this guy. I do think, should I have maybe rang the police about it, but then I think like might it have made the situation worse. I didn't really know what to do. And I changed my number and I deleted the app. For all I know, he could be out there doing God knows what.
In the virtual world of app-based dating, carefully chosen profile photos and witty one-liners can offer users a feeling of immediate intimacy, and with it, a false sense of security.
We basically got to know each other, everything about each other within 2 weeks, and it's crazy, like, the way you can get to know so much about someone. I was under this impression that he was this serious guy and, you know, he took me seriously, whereas actually he had an ulterior motive.
Smartphone apps have taken over the dating game. But behind their popularity lies a world of anonymity where anyone can play the perfect catch and seem like the perfect match.
It's very difficult to meet a guy at work. I think I was very curious to see what kind of guys were out there and joined Tinder. So I was swiping and I stopped and I thought, okay, he's okay. So I pressed like and then he also pressed like, so that was a match. It was a bit like a game show. It's a virtual world, you know, you could be anyone. He seemed really sweet, kind, down to earth, modest, you know, everything a girl would want, you know. He seemed like a true gentleman. I started seeing changes within him. The compliments stopped and constantly putting me down. Everything I did was wrong, basically. He turned very controlling. He turned very emotionally, verbally and mentally abusive. That night, we got into the car. He was shouting louder and louder at me with abusive language, swearing, and the more he was going on, the more out of control he got, and the more scared I was getting, and I was petrified by this stage. I was in a car with this guy who I thought was this amazing man that I once met. I just remembered how fast my heart was beating, and I just thought, right, I can't stay in the car with this man anymore. I'm looking at this guy and I'm not recognising him anymore. He was totally unrecognisable. So I just thought, I need to run. So I went for the door and I left everything, my keys, my phone, and I just slammed the door behind me. I didn't care where I was running. I just ran and ran and ran. I saw these woods. I just thought anywhere is safer than being with this guy. No one around, tall trees, complete darkness. I just remember the fear going through my body at that stage. So I ran deeper into the woods and then just suddenly stopped. And at that moment, I suddenly thought of my family. I didn't think of anyone else. I just thought of them. And I just thought, what would they think if they saw me sitting in the middle of the woods at 1 o'clock in the morning in complete darkness without anyone around? I didn't know what he was capable of doing. It looked like he was capable of killing someone that night. That's how angry and worked up he was. Obviously, from my own experience, I wouldn't use it again, a dating app again. It's kind of a made-up world. So I just think, yeah, you can never be too sure about who you're really talking to on the other side, because it's a dark virtual world out there.
I think Tinder reveals like the true dark side of the male brain. Men seem to forget that when they send a message on Tinder, like it's still real life. I think they seem to think it's like a different universe where they can just say whatever they want without any filter or boundaries.
What these apps do as well, though, they take away what all of our parents did, which was actually going up to a girl and asking them out. Guess how many times I've done that in my life? Once. Once I've asked someone out in real life.
Perhaps women like things to be sugar-coated a little bit, so maybe you want to ask about her name, what she does, before you start asking if she enjoys violent anal.
So yeah, I've asked out one girl in reality, face to face, but on dating apps, I reckon I've asked out 15,000 women.
In the past 12 months, dating app Casanova John has been on over 60 dates. Tonight, he seems to be changing his ways.
Well, her name's Jackie. She's coming from Dagenham. We met on a dating app, and we'd been chatting for a while. We'd been out a couple of times.
He was the one that approached me first, actually. He was just like one of the normal people. I just received a message from him, and it just basically went from there.
Did you send Jackie your standard message?
I'm not sure, to be perfectly honest with you. Very possibly.
With John, I didn't get the impression there was anything casual about it.
Hey, Jack.
Otherwise, I wouldn't have bothered meeting him. But he doesn't come across as that type of person anyway.
Does Jackie know about the vault?
No, she doesn't. The vault is something that's personal to me, and I'd like to keep it that way for now.
Is Jackie in the vault, John?
Yes, she is. Yes.
You don't know who you're meeting half the time. That's the worrying issue.
That was the thing. When obviously I first met you, that you know, on our first date, it was so relaxing. And the conversations were just, you know, there was no awkwardness. There never has been.
No.
You know, and that's what I like about you.
The distance is, I think, the main issue.
Yeah, it's a bit of a pain, but at the end of the day, as I would always say, you know, I would travel to the moon and back for the right woman. So, you know, yeah. Not that I've got a rocket, but it's not the point. You know?
I beg to differ on that one.
Could self-confessed sex addict John have found the woman who will make him give up Tinder, Plenty of Fish, his Lovoo radar and his vault of 700 women?
Everyone sort of looks at me as, you know, this person that they want me to probably be, which I have been in the past. But you know, like I said, you know, I've met her, and I'm quite happy to just date this lady at the moment. I didn't want to go on a dating app and mess about as such to a degree where it was a game, because it's not a game.
Are you messaging anyone else on dating apps at the moment?
No, not at the moment. No, as I said, I've been talking to her for, like I say, a fair while now. So I'm quite happy to, you know, stay as I am at the moment. Yeah.
You've been open and honest, and I know what your answer will be, but do you feel the need to go off and maybe experience other dates before you realise which road you want to go down?
No. I'll date one girl at a time. No. Yeah, that's how.
Are you happy with what you have then regarding seeing me?
Absolutely.
John, the other day you told me you were messaging someone.
You said on an app.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do talk to other people, but not on a messaging app. Not anymore.
But you said you were talking to someone on Tinder.
I was, but I'm not now. That's right.
People are spoilt for choice, so they will be greedy. You know, if you're spoilt for choice, you're going to be greedy.
The youngest guy that I met had actually just had his 20th birthday.
It's like putting a kid in a sweet shop and just thinking, wow, this is like, it's like you in Willy Wonka's chocolate factory.
Being so very, very young, he was actually just so much better at the actual physical relations side of things than older men.
In the olden days, before online dating, if you were a single mum in Middle England, your chances of finding a date were pretty much nil.
I honestly do not know how I would ever find a date or a shag in Woking without dating apps.
But for 25-year-old mother of two Joanna, dating apps have changed all that.
What's going on today, boys? Mummy's going on a date. The first ever dating website I went on was OkCupid, which I originally went on just to get my leg over.
She took to the apps when her marriage of 2.5 years broke down.
I've done the monogamy, I've done the marriage, I hated it. I absolutely hated it all. I've never managed to maintain a relationship and be completely faithful. And I found in every single relationship I ever had with a man, always ended up at some point or another in bed with a woman. And so I'm looking for someone who I can have fun with, who I can have sex with. I'm meeting this girl who I started talking to. First off, I sent her a message on Plenty of Fish, and she's a gym bunny, hence the incredibly rocking body, which so I'm like, right, I'm not going to eat before my date. You got it. Just lay it
After a run of dating disasters, Joanna is looking for someone who will share her desire for no-strings fun.
On my profile, it does say that I'm polyamorous, and I think it's really important. Yeah, so you know how to do this. I think that's where I've been going wrong in this past year, is because I haven't said that it's polyamorous, and so I end up dating these women who are interested in a monogamous relationship, and then it all just ends with someone getting their feelings hurt. Hopefully we'll get on, but you never know. You never know. It's such a gamble.
It's 2 a.m. and Grindr user Jack is also looking for no-strings fun. He's invited over Zach, a friend he met previously on the app.
Oh my God, someone's sending me the pictures.
They're horny and looking to hook up with other guys.
I think most of the times that I'm on Grindr is for hookups. I use it as an immediate kind of response to how I'm feeling. It's not to get a life partner. Like, in essence, it is a positive thing, because it is bridging the gap between all these people that feel isolated and feel alone. But at the same time, it is making sex a commodity, and it's turning these faces into, I think, essentially like chicken burgers. Like, it's fast food. You can go, oh no, I don't want it with lettuce, I want it like this, and I want it like that. Like, this guy came around my house.
Oh really? Yeah, I know him quite well. Not quite well, but like, do you like him?
No.
Why?
Because he's a mess. You can see already, like, the time as well that we're on now. Profiles have started to change.
Oh, he's smoking. What should I refer to you as?
Should I say fuckbird?
All across the city, there are thousands of other men doing the same as Jack and Zach tonight.
Do you know who this is? No.
But having an endless supply of guys on tap and the promise of realising any sexual fantasy means making up your mind can be overwhelming.
I definitely think Grindr gives you too much choice. And there's guys that I'm sure that if I met in a club, I'd be really interested in and really excited about. But because you have this huge kind of breadth of choice at your fingertips, you just no to people that maybe.
With personal information on Grindr kept to a minimum and photos expected to show off your prime assets, the search is not so much for Mr. Right, but more for Mr. Right now.
When you're forced to make a profile for yourself, you're forced to enter a meat market, a marketplace. You have to prescribe to norms in order to be successful. So yeah, I think it's quite damaging.
Some women just send you pictures of their genitals, like completely unasked for, completely unsolicited. And me and her were talking about like all the when you get a random vag pic and you're like, what? And then she sent me a picture of her pussy. And it was the best. And it's the best pussy pic I've ever got. It really is.
In Joanna's quest for lust, she's travelled up to London for a date with Tony, who she met on Plenty of Fish.
I just seen her. Okay. Shut up, Joanna. Just shut up. Shut up. Just calm down. Just shut up. Fuck's sake. Stop talking. Hello. Good, you? Yeah, good, thank you. Good to see you. Yeah, you too. How was your journey? Yeah, it was all right. Yeah, it went really quick, so. Are you ready for today? Yes, yeah, definitely. All right. Ready for a drink. You need a drink? Okay, let's see what we can do about that.
But will Tony be giggling as much as Joanna when she finds out that Joanna isn't looking for an exclusive relationship?
11 years ago, I found love. And I do genuinely believe that people go through life and think they found it, and they haven't.
However it happens, give it a whirl. Gotta try it. I don't want to look back with my 50 cats and being Bridget Jones and going, I never went on Tinder or Happen. That's why I didn't meet Prince Charming.
You go on Tinder and you swipe and someone swiped you and you're like, this person thinks I'm fit. Like, yes, thank God. Like, I am not the ugliest person in the whole world.
I'm swiping away day and night, year after year, month after month, to try and find someone that when I meet them, I get there and I have that same feeling I had when I was 22.
In the search for love, Cupid's arrow has been replaced by algorithms and a swipe right.
It's really nerve-wracking. Meeting a stranger is really scary. I'm a bit of a romantic person. I'd like to think that romance exists, but it's hard to keep that faith on Tinder when you meet so many crazies and receive the messages that I get. But you never know, tonight might be Prince Charming.
She says she wants to meet me tonight. I'm out working and I'm not going to turn up like this, like some sort of nutter. The hope tonight is that it's not a letdown like it always is. You're always disappointed normally. They're always nothing like their pictures, or their personality is like a freak.
I want Phantom of the Opera style love, and that can happen. I want to be on a rooftop, snow coming down. In fact, I'll wear a cape if I have to.
Do I think I can find the love of my life on Tinder? Are you joking? I don't even think I can find somebody I want to see more than once.
Until I find it, enjoy the ride, enjoy the dates.
All around the world, millions of people are going on dates that wouldn't be happening without dating apps.
My mum was my dad's secretary. So they met at work, and all of my married friends met at like parties and stuff. So I'd love to meet someone in the flesh rather than online.
My mum and dad met in an Essex discotheque, I believe. I suppose the way a lot of people met in the 70s.
I guess this is just the way people meet now, isn't it?
There's the old catnip coming out.
Chanel, and ready.
33-year-old Callie has been single for 5 years. She's been on over 20 app-initiated dates, but none have seen love blossom.
I guess apps are the new romance, right? Like, it didn't happen in Jane Austen's time.
In Guildford, England, single mum Joanna is waiting for another date with Tony. Despite claiming monogamy is not for her, this is their 4th date in 2 weeks.
She's really cool, completely different from anyone I've met. She's just making me eat my words.
In East London, Jack is also heading out for a liaison. But unlike the other singletons, Jack has more chance of getting lucky. He's on his way to a chill-out organised on Grindr.
I think it's the same thing as going on a date or going on a one-on-one Grindr meet. Like the first few minutes are always going to be really awkward. I feel like this part of my life is kind of stopgap. Obviously, a monogamous relationship is always going to be more valuable. But perhaps I am scared of commitment, or like I find ways of not committing. But at the same time, I'm really young, and like I think people are always racing to get to a certain like point in life, and sometimes you just got to like enjoy the ride, you know. Thank you.
"34-year-old Chris is a veteran of the dating app, having been on over 400 dates. 10 years on from his last serious relationship, he's looking to put his bachelor days behind him.
She's a really pretty girl. She's got nice white teeth, she's got nice blonde hair, flowery dress, and a glitter dress. I mean, you couldn't really ask for more from my point of view. Hello, all right. Hello, nice to meet you.
Chris's date tonight is Hannah, a 31-year-old human resources officer.
I couldn't see you properly because I haven't got my contact lenses in. I forgot my contact lenses.
He's hoping to woo her with some bubbles at a fancy wine bar in central London.
And you often get guys, I don't know if you've noticed with women, but they'll say in London for the weekend, let me know if you're up for some fun. Because I think guys are notoriously after just one thing, aren't they?
On a Tinder date, you'll always have something to talk about. Tinder.
A woman would reply, and obviously
Yeah, not this
vile,
one.
rough women.
I won't say any nasty words, but yeah.
I'm just trying to think of one. Scrubber.
Yeah, there we go. There's a word for you.
Once things have moved from the online world, with its multiple temptations and endless possibilities, to offline and in real life, there's one important question all daters need to ask.
Are you seeing like other people still? No. To be honest, like I deleted the app after our date. However, I have signed up to Match.com and the way you make me feel makes me want to be sick on myself. Do you know what I mean?
You know, I've been a slag.
You make me like not want to be a slag unless it's for you. You know, I really adore you, and you know that I only have eyes for you. I just would like you to know I want to be the best girlfriend that you've ever had. You make me want to have a proper grown-up relationship, a healthy one, or you make me want to be faithful, be just like honest and natural.
If you are going to put a picture of you and your better-looking mate, then it's your
Yeah,
own fault.
well, yeah, that's true. But then
If
I've got a couple of pictures with some really stunning friends, so...
Yeah, but you're nice as well.
Oh, jeez.
No, but I'm just saying, like so many, I don't know if you notice this, but more and more, girls don't take any pride in their appearance. Do you know, sometimes it's a breath of fresh air to see your one, and you had a nice little fit top on. I was like, yeah, definitely.
Aww.
Definitely, because, like, obviously, you look like a woman, like, which is fundamental. Ah.
So have you had any, like, sober dates?
Should we have another drink? Speaking of sober dates?
Yes, absolutely. I'll let you do the top-ups.
I would like to be your girlfriend.
Okay, really?
For Joanna and Tony, dating apps have brought romance. But not everyone is so lucky.
Where are the fit hot guys on Tinder? That was really cringy. He's a nice guy, just very patronising and really sleazy. Like octopus hands everywhere, and asked me to snog him on multiple occasions. That wasn't playing it cool on date one, was it? The search is massively still on. Mission Impossible continues.
Dating apps may have transformed the landscape of love and are bringing more people together than ever before. But in the end, it all comes down to good, old-fashioned chemistry.
Foreign, you know. He's really funny, really made me laugh, which is a big plus. I'm not sure if I'd meet him again, but I wouldn't rule it out, so yeah.
It was all right. It was all right. Basically, if I'm honest, when I go home, I'll probably have a little Plenty of Fish, if I'm honest. Which is never a good sign, is it, after a date?
Do I want to find love? Like, yes, but only if it's convenient. I think I'm, like, young and I'm interested in having sex, and that's just the way it is, you know?
I've been in love, and I think being in love is very much finding someone who you can be yourself with. So your crazy self, your no makeup self, your funny self, and have a healthy relationship in and out the bedroom. For me, that's love. I just can't see myself finding it on Tinder at the moment.